And we are live. Welcome to another episode of You Know What? Let me just say podcast. As always, we have Father.
What up, though?
And if don't comment, I sent out again. I sent out the leak, and obviously you can hear coat. But let's get. What do you want to start?
Um, Damn, we actually got a few topics. Yo, there's some shit has been going on. Um, I mean, we could just continue talking about that whole Tristan Thompson thing.
Because that's the girl named Jordan Woods.
Yeah, Jordan Woods. She's apparently
Uh,
what's her name? Kylie Jenner's best friend.
go ahead. Tell us what happened, Father.
All right, so according to Jordan Woods, there was they was out in LA, bar hopping and shit, having a good time, going to clubs and shit. And then she was with some girls. And then there was like, okay, so right after the club or the bars or whatever, we're gonna go to Tristan's house. And Jordy's like, all right, that's cool. I know Tristan. That's Chloe's man, so why not? So they go over to Tristan's house. Mind you, they're drunk, like they drunk, right? So there was in a couch, and Jordan was sitting on the arm of the couch, and Tristan was right next to her, and her legs wasn't like directly on him, but because she was on the arm, it like draped over his legs. So there was rumors saying that, oh, she gave him a lap dance, she was sitting on his lap and shit, and she had to clarify that on the red table talk. So then, keep in mind she's drunk. So then she says that she was making preparations to go home and shit. And then Tristan tells her, you can crash here if you want to. And then Tristan proceeds to kiss her. So so because of all that, like people speculated and just made it bigger than it already was, saying that, oh, Tristan's cheating on Chloe with Jordan Woods, and she slept with him. But she clarified in that red table talk that she didn't sleep. She never slept with Tristan Thompson. So that was basically like her side of the story. It wasn't like a lot. It wasn't like a long ass episode. It was like she basically explained her side for like what, like a good 20 minutes or whatever. Like it wasn't even really a lot. So then right after that red table talk, Chloe came on Twitter and she said that Jordan was the one that, ruined her family or whatever. And everyone on Twitter is like, shut the fuck up. Because if your man wasn't for everybody and heading out dick like fucking Willy Wonka, you wouldn't be in this situation that you was in. So they was making her
Wow.
ass look all the way dumb.
Wow.
Like, yo, Chloe was getting dragged all over Twitter. And then everyone's now taking Jordan's side because someone made a point that the Kardashians, the way they're acting towards Jordan is kind of racist because since she's a black girl and it's
How
and
so?
let me see if I can find it again. Like it was like a tweet and it got like a whole bunch of retweets and shit. But someone was like, the way the Kardashians are handling this is racist because it took for Jada Pinkett and Will Smith and that whole family, like Will Smith's family, to have her back and get her side of the story when the Kardashians weren't having none of it. And their history with like black men and black women and how like just all of that shit combined, like they say, like there was some people saying that their race was a factor in all this. Hell, even Jada Pinkett said it in the Red Table Talk. She was like, black women. She basically reiterated the fact that black women was the most disrespected on the earth, and Jordan Woods, because she's a black girl and she's in the middle of this, she's gonna get most of the flack instead of Tristan Thompson, who was the one that kissed her, and Chloe and not Chloe, but the whole Kardashian family who's trying to, like slander her or whatever.
So what you think about it?
Me, nigga, it's like I always say, I'm gonna leave all that up to the Lord. I wasn't there. I ain't got no stones to throw. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the Lord wants to happen with that situation is gonna happen. All I know is the people that are
Uh,
talking the most shit, they need to chill out. Cause they making it seem like they just holier than thou and they're standing on this pedestal where they get to be the moral compass. Like, shut the fuck up. Because y'all the same people when y'all fuck up and do some fucked up shit. If that was your ass getting slandered all over Twitter, you wouldn't like that shit. So I'm like, y'all need to shut the fuck up, first of all, because y'all wasn't there. Y'all can't say that Jordan Woods did this or Jordan Woods did that. Y'all niggas wasn't there. So, like, what are you speculating? What are y'all talking about? All y'all doing, y'all just taking. Keep in mind, Jordan Woods is like 21. She's like 21. She's like real, real young. So, like, to have all of that, you know what I'm saying? To have all of that attention on you when you that young and in a negative light too, like, bruh, she's a rider for that. She really a rider for that. And I also made a tweet earlier today talking about um people got the most shit to say when they wasn't even there in the first place. And they need to sit down because Jordan told her side, whether it's a lie or not, it's beyond them. It's beyond me, it's beyond you, it's beyond everybody who wasn't in that situation. She told her side of the story, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no lie or truth in that regard. It's just what it is. That's her truth, and she gonna stick to it. Oh, what? Did I get disconnected?
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. That was weird.
Okay. All right. I don't know why my just froze for a bit. All right. Now we back.
Yeah, I can hear you now. That was weird. Oh, there's an echo. Hold on.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, uh, the Kardashians been appropriating black culture for like the longest. I just look at
Yep.
this camera, and it seems like their empire is about to fall, and it's all about two black women. One is Blac Chyna, and the other one's Jordan Woods.
Which is hilarious.
Another thing is, I feel like instead of cursing out Jordan, she should really be cursing out Tristan, since he looked like the one that
Exactly.
was making the move.
Exactly. But dang, you know what? I don't know. It's just like I don't even feel like people read anymore. People don't fucking read. Like they don't really look to see the truth. They just open their mouth to say whatever the fuck they saw. They don't really take the time to read between the fucking lines.
That's why I clicked good.
But, I mean, at the same time, I also feel like I mean, Jordan like admitted that she wasn't supposed to be there in the first place, and she admitted her wrongs and but the fact that she did all that, that's strong, and she was able to go on a platform to air out her grievances and tell her side of the story, which is cool, which is fine. I just think that it should have been handled well, not even privately because they're Kardashians, nothing they do is fucking private. But what I think they should have done was like they should have given more time for everyone to get their thoughts out. Cause that silent shit, that's what made the shit so hot. The fact that most of them was silent about it. Jordan Woods was silent for a little bit. Kylie didn't have much to say. Chloe said something right after fucking Jordan Wood said something, her dumb ass. And Tristan Thompson, I don't think he even said anything yet. So
Oh,
the more,
he just kept it low key.
yeah, he kept it low key. So the fact that they were silent for that long, that's what really made it hot.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about the Oscars. I didn't watch the Oscars, but I know who won stuff. Like Black Panther won like 3 Oscars. Spike
Yep.
Lee got his Spike Lee got his first Oscars ever. Lady Gaga won an Oscar. So, how do you feel about black people winning Oscars for things?
Um, I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess it's cool to get recognized by white people. I guess if that's what you want, that's cool. Um, I feel I feel like Oscars when it comes to black people, I feel like we should have our own Oscars. I mean, we kind of do, but it's not like to that pedestal. And the reason why I say that is because we gonna have this year, 2019. We're gonna have this year where black people are winning Oscars and shit, right? But then there's gonna be one specific year where it's gonna be all white people winning Oscars again, and then we gonna get mad again. Or it's gonna be some black movies that are nominated, but basically the people who run the movie behind the scenes are white. So can you really say that, black people won this Oscar, black people won that Oscar, like as a collective? You feeling what I'm saying? I feel like because during the Oscars they bought out John Lewis and they bought out certain people and they was talking about voting and getting into the political side of things. I don't know. It just felt like pampering or like pandering to me a little bit
So you
because
think they pandered to us?
yeah, it's like I feel like some of the Oscars that they give to black people is to pander us, is to be like, oh, you're included too, integration, Martin Luther King, yeah, Black History, like that type of shit. And I'm like, are you giving them awards because it's Black History Month and you trying to pander because 2020 is coming up and you want some black votes, or are you actually recognizing their talent? It's like that line, and I'm like, and I'm trying to read between the lines, but there's so many lines to read between. It's just like I'm just gonna let this go. If you win, congratulations. You know what I'm saying? You've been recognized by white people.
Uh, I'm not gonna lie, because I went to school for film. Like, I should keep the same energy on this, but part of me, like, if I do something that's Oscar worthy, I do want the recognition. It doesn't have to do with race. It's more or less the stats. Because, like, someone like Spike Lee, his criteria is all set. And the only thing he was missing was that Oscar. And my other opinion is there's a lot of white people.
What's
What
up,
up?
good people? What we on? What y'all talking about?
Talk about the Oscars.
Okay. How it was black this year?
Yep.
Yeah.
People don't understand.
But anyway, where was I?
No, you was talking about like the
Uh,
stats.
yeah, I would like stats with my stuff, especially if I do something that's Oscar worthy. And the thing is, there's a lot of white people that hasn't won an Oscar. Like, did you know that Glenn Close has never won an Oscar?
Who?
Glenn Close.
Glenn, because no.
I
But,
did not know that.
She was Cruella de Vil in 101 Dalmatians, the live action movie.
but I just watched a show, right, called Adam Ruins Everything. And people are not always winning Oscars off of their their merits. As they explained it, what I'm saying? Probably got to still do more study on it, but basically the voters are persuaded. So you win an Oscar how much you basically can kiss ass to the voters. How true it is, I'm not sure, but definitely because I only got one source. The show's called Adam Ruins Everything. I think the episode was called Adam Ruins Hollywood. He talked about reality TV and a few other things about TV, especially award shows and how they're not.
Okay, but
Or like you know, saying like you're a film major, so you know about editing voiceovers over things that nobody even said, and that's what they kind of do in reality TVs and a lot more. But I'm still happy.
the blue person that won something for Into the Spider Verse.
Huh?
Black person won Black Best Animation for Into the Spider Verse. But then again, that was like the best animated movie to come out that year.
Yeah, it really was. There was no animated movie that touched that one.
I haven't watched it, but the only movie that probably did come close is Incredibles. Only thing I think I did see from that list was Incredibles. I don't know what else was there.
And I was expecting Black Panther to win at least one. Just like one Oscar. They won three. So I'm not gonna lie. Wallace, you're like absolutely right. Like we should have our own prestigious, just as prestigious as the Oscars, or we should uh, delegate it as just as prestigious as the Oscars. Because when you look at something like the BET Awards, that's like the closest thing we have, but at the same time, it can get a little ratchet.
I mean, yeah, it can get a little ratchet, but I just feel like ratchet is just like a part of who we are, just because of like the culture and everything that we kind of
I,
made over here.
I prefer
But
the term unapologetic black.
but like I don't know, because it's like you're right, but at the same time, BET is white owned currently at the moment, so it's like, does that really count? You know what I mean?
It did when Steve Harvey and Cedric used to host it.
Yeah, that's true. I
Because
don't know.
back
I'm
when
like
the
I'm
used
like
to
on the
still.
fence about BET right now.
Oh, you mad about what they said about what you call it? What's her name?
Nicki Minaj.
No, it was a she was a black animator, and what was that tweet? They basically tried to say she was copying um what's Kayla's favorite pop artist? Ariana
Oh,
Grande.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah, Ariana Grande had this big old ponytail, and they tried to say the chick copied it, but the chick said she had it weeks ago. But then she was like, I'm breaking ground in animation for Black women. Um, I have some breaking VR and breaking virtual reality in in augmented reality things. Like she was like, stop putting us against each other. And I'm about to find her name.
Oh,
I'm
so I
gonna
remember like when Tiger was still with Kylie Jenner, and he stepped out with some black chick, and they called her a Kylie Jenner wannabe. And that one, I was like, first of all, Kylie Jenner is like appropriating black folks with all this shit. How can someone appropriate black folks when they all that was natural given? She had to
okay.
get for the surgery for that shit.
I found it on the page. Her name is Dawn Richard. So this is the BET tweet. Not only is Ariana Grande the most followed person on Instagram now, but her latest ponytail is popping up on the heads of celebs like Don Richard. How do you feel about the look? Don replied on her Twitter account with, "What really makes me sad is that BET has never supported my music, or that I'm a black woman trying to break barriers for women in animation, or that I worked on advancing tech via virtual reality and augmented reality. But you post about a ponytail I wore weeks ago and have already worn. Stop pitting females against each other, and stop disrespecting black women by making them out to be followers when they have led uh, in most all pivotal moments in society. Okay, bye. I just wanna I just wanna mind my business, hydrate, and go do groundbreaking shit that pushes black artists and women forward across the board. Please leave me out of the dumb shit."
Oof.
She said that.
I mean, but yeah, like nah, BET's been kind of out of pocket. So I was like, yeah,
Mm.
I can see why like black people are now trying to, win win like Oscars and shit. Which at the same time I think is important because we also want to prove that you know we can hang and we can take all the awards if we really really wanted to. So I guess there's that too.
BET try to be Wendy, like the restaurant Wendy's, because you know the Wendy's restaurant always got the petty comebacks. That's what BET's trying to do lately.
Okay. How much are they feeling?
Yeah, it's definitely weird. But speaking of the Oscars, you saw how they was coming for that dude who was wearing the dress, the tuxedo dress or whatever. Billy
Billy
Yeah.
Porter,
Porter.
I think his name was.
Mm-hmm.
And you had a whole bunch of people talking about um because he won best dressed, I believe. And then on Twitter, I see a whole bunch of people talking about, man, this is an attack on masculinity. Why you propping this up? This is not what like real men would wear and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
It
Which
was just like, damn. I know, like, damn.
So how you feel about that?
who you asking, me or Wallace?
Anyone? I'm throwing it up.
I mean, I disagree. Like, he's a gay man. He gonna wear, he gonna wear what he gonna wear. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that deep.
It's
You know what
not.
I'm saying?
And I think about the history of different places where, men have worn things, like kilts, things similar to skirts, but they would still consider, manly man. So how does, how does a dress or something, I think that's just an American mindset, a
I
modern
think
American.
it's culture by culture basis though,
Yeah,
because
that's what
uh,
I'm saying. It's a culture thing. And like, you gotta realize it. And that's what I'm saying. People, soon as somebody sees somebody with a kilt, they automatically think he's something gay, and and that's and Americans, black, white, Hispanic, all tend to have a big problem of learning how to deal with other cultures and realizing what's in your culture is considered one thing but not another. Things are so.
Also,
Go ahead.
um, I want to add something. I know I understand where that mentality comes from, especially from black people, because I saw black people on that, and it's like, so how like during slavery they would basically take the strongest slave and basically beat him to the point of where his masculinity and his manhood would be compromised.
yeah, buck
So
breaking.
yeah, buck breaking. So I felt like buck breaking in America didn't stop just at slavery, right? Like black men were incarcerated for being masculine. Like just black men being masculine alone is considered a threat in America, and they've been doing that shit for over like 100 years after slavery, right?
Black men just being leaders like they're supposed to be is threatening.
Yeah, like just that image of a black strong man is what they've always like wanted to destroy, because that image is what brings like the community together, and what is, like you said, the leadership, and what really propels things forward in terms of black empowerment and shit. So I feel like when we take that narrative into account, you can see why certain black people reacted to him wearing a dress that way, because um in certain slave narratives, they would have like the real masculine slave wear dresses and basically make them do like real feminine shit. So when you take those things into consideration, that type of mentality that it creates, especially in this generation, where as black people as a collective, we inherited the traumas of slavery and of Jim Crow and everything. Like, it creates a kind of mindset where if we see shit like that, we're gonna lash out at it. Well, not all of us, but like certain people, like they're gonna just lash out at it because they don't like what it represents. It represents someone who's supposed to be a man, who's supposed to be a leader. Like assimilating to this culture where people are gonna look at this image and then try to say, "Oh, look at this," like black men are this and black men are that, and it's that it's that like irrational ass fear from that trauma that makes them lash out the way they do. Like it goes real deep when you really think about it.
I want to say this. When I first looked at the Billy Porter thing, I didn't care because I didn't know who he was, and I guess he was on American Horror Story.
Yeah,
I didn't care who he was, but I did notice he has a white husband. So I always said, why do gay black men have white husbands? That's weird to me. Don Lemon got a gay white husband too, and I always thought that's kind of weird. Um, my thing is, I don't think you can ever get rid of black man masculinity. Like no matter how much they try to put gay people in the front and all the other stuff, it's like you always know what black man masculinity looks like because we always have good examples like Idris Elba, Wesley Snipes, Shamar Moore. It's like even a Joe Budden. It's like you know what black masculinity looks like. Also, another thing is, um, to me, I think the gay people. I always said.
hello, did somebody come in?
Hello.
Is that
What's up,
Mark?
Mark?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. It is I.
What's good, Mark?
What's good, bro? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. You from that?
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
what were you saying, Ray?
Yeah. I always thought the gay people did it right because you know how like in like the early '90s there was like one representation of a gay person and he was always like super flamboyant,
Hmm.
Yeah.
like Will and Grace. You had Will, but you know Jackson was super flamboyant. And anytime you saw a gay person, he was always super flamboyant. So now they're like more more gays infiltrated to Hollywood. You saw more types of gays. So I've always said black people should do what gay people do. If you don't want one type of person you want to see, just infiltrate the system and start making stuff for yourself, and then like putting your own people on shit. Because let's be real, gay people run Hollywood
Yeah.
so much. And Kevin Spacey uh, got caught uh, having sex with little boys, and he literally said, "If I go down, I'm taking all of Hollywood with me." So you
Cool.
know, yeah, he openly said that. It's like if I go down, that's why you never go and see Kevin Spacey again. He's just gonna fade out, but they're not gonna prosecute him because he's like, I will let the whole motherfucking thing go, and I believe him. But the whole Billy Porter thing, I don't even think he was the best dressed, to be honest. I thought Lady Gaga was the best dressed. And it's probably because the last time I see her, she was in a meat dress. But I was like, she
Ah,
pretty much was.
Oh yeah, she did wear that meat dress, looking like a butcher.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was more surprised at
I'm
what
not
Lady
saying it
Gaga
wasn't
looked
hot. It
like.
was just meat, looking like
Yeah,
a
I was more
Korean
surprised
barbecue.
at what Lady Gaga looked like than Billy Porter.
Hmm.
Because I saw that and I went, okay. But I also want to say this, and this is my last point. It's not bold or brave to be gay in 2019. I don't know why people was calling him bold or brave. It was not. I don't think so. It's like I said, y'all run media so much that like anything, like most of the actors are like openly gay, and then most people got jobs like Don Lemon is head of CNN. It's like gay people are everywhere in Hollywood. It's like it's not that, and then people are so accepting nowadays. Not like 20, 30, even 50 years ago, where you probably get killed for being gay. Is like people accept you, and then like even the Jussie Smollett thing. Like people wasn't jumping against him. People was for him before things broke down. People was like, "We're with you, Jussie. That was fucked up. I hope they catch him." Uh, and that's basically it about that. Mark, you got
yeah.
any things on the Billy Porter dress?
Bro, did y'all talk about that R. Kelly mess?
No,
No,
that
not
was
yet, not yet.
I was waiting for you to come in.
Okay, yo, I got to speak on. I
Okay.
got to speak on this.
All right, go
What
ahead.
in the actual hell? You mean to tell me this woman spent the bond money that she obtained from her daughter's death to bail out R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Like I could not believe it. Like they really out here trying to say R. Kelly only got control over these young girls. No, he got control over every woman he meet. He only known her for like a couple weeks on a cruise, and this woman literally said, "I would dedicate my life to helping him. I'm obsessed with him. He needs to be free, and I'm gonna support him." I was like, "But Shawty, like your daughter passed away. Like you can never get your child back. They compensated you because they accidentally killed her in the hospital. So they compensated you, and you know what I'm saying? Like I don't care what nobody say. A hundred, 100K is not gonna replace a child. You know what I mean? Like it's to compensate and you can live while you like, you know what I'm saying, still around and stuff like that, and you can be able to afford some things here and there, but man, like your child is dead and you're gonna spend that money on freeing R. Kelly?
I heard that part wasn't true. In one article I read,
Please
now
tell me that ain't true. Please tell me.
I don't know. One article said it wasn't true, but she did say
Mm.
that it wasn't my money. And two, she said I just wanted to help a friend out, but if he's if he truly did it, he send him away. I don't condone
But
it.
but what does she mean if he truly did it? Everybody knows he did it. So that's how I know she's full of shit because
He has
she
songs where he
that's what
admitted
I'm
that he did.
saying. Bruh, she acting like this case just started and they ain't got no evidence. Boy, they got a library with this man's name on it. They got a library of evidence on this man. They got a library of evidence. And you just gonna sit there and donate 100K to free this man? Bruh, if the jail system tell a rich man you can't bail yourself out of here, that's how you know they messed up. They did not let that man bail himself out because he was gonna do it. Which I'm surprised. I'm not surprised he still got that kind of money because you know he still got some stuff.
Well,
But
don't let nobody bail themselves
dude,
out.
no, 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 no. People have built themselves out before, but
Mm.
but I'm saying like you know every time you hear somebody like that that's in jail and they don't let them build themselves out. That's how you know they fucked up. So he was supposed to be up in there, man. And this woman that ended up here freeing him, bro. I don't even know what more to say. It's just I'm just in shock at this point. Like
I'm
like I knew like I knew the fact that they was gonna let him get away with it and not address him. But they put him in jail. I said, "Oh wow, like they actually put him in jail." Okay. But just the fact that he wasn't even in there that long. Like I don't know, bro. Like that's to me that's just crazy.
Which also proves that, because there's this narrative that, oh, toxic masculinity and stop teaching and teach your boys now how to rape people. And I'm like, y'all do realize it be y'all foo ass mothers and aunties and old ass women and shit that be, like co-signing these rapists and shit, like in the
Bro, that's what I'm
especially in the
saying.
family. Like, y'all never
Exactly.
want to talk about that shit. Y'all never want to talk about the
thank
little ass
you,
boys that be raped
thank
by
you,
these grown ass women out here. Like,
Bro,
thank
dude,
you.
exactly.
fucking,
Exactly.
there was Vlad TV has a whole bunch of people, like a whole bunch of dudes. DeRay was in there talking about how, like a grown ass woman was raping him. Like, there was so many stories of them little substitute teachers in schools and shit raping little boys, like
Hmm.
13, 14
But you don't
year old
but
boys,
you don't hear
and no
about that.
one ain't got the same energy for these bitches.
No, you don't. But you don't hear about that though. You hear about you know what I'm saying, the 40-year-old man taking advantage of like the 10-year-old girl, but you don't hear about the 40-year-old woman taking advantage of the 10-year-old boy.
That's
You
what
don't hear
I'm
about that at
saying.
all. Cause Wallace, I know you remember this probably happened like maybe 2 years ago, where this shawty, she was like around our age at the time, and she was that high school teacher. She was new, and she let that high school dude like have sex with her.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, like bruh, they got on her big time for that. But the dude, you know what I'm saying, like the dude was like, "No, don't press charges," because I mean, she liked that, and it's like, ever since that case, I haven't heard nothing else about like women doing it to like little boys. And like, I'm not saying he was a little boy. I guess he was like a teenager, but you know what I'm saying. Still, it ain't legal what she
Yeah,
was
it
doing.
ain't legal. It won't right.
Yeah, it wasn't right, man. And like, I know R. Kelly is playing the whole consent thing. Like as long as in certain cities and states, if you like 13, 14, you know what I'm saying, it's whatever.
Kelly not guilty. You still figure that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I'm just at this point, y'all. I don't know what is going on. Like, we got people out here just messing with kids. They don't care. We got people out here just promoting blackface and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and don't nobody say nothing. Everybody just say, "Oh, you called me. I'm sorry," and then that's the end of it. That's the end of it. And don't nobody say nothing else.
Because people fake mad.
Yeah, like people hella fake, man. Like people be going off. Like they really not about to be with this no more. They about to stop this and get on this person. Then the minute it is known for like 2 weeks, it's like it never happened. I don't know what be happening to people's brains in 2 weeks. It's like they forget, or they don't care no more. But that's it.
Because it's something new. It's something always new. Like Cody, like Tristan Thomas being the thought that he is, but this white family want to go after the black little girl.
But that's what I'm saying. And they ought to be ashamed of attacking Jordan like that, because Jordan ain't nothing but a thought just like everybody else. It's just Tristan, she messed with the wrong dude. And I mean, everybody know Tristan is trash.
Except for Chloe for some reason.
Except for Chloe. Chloe the only one that don't know that man is trash. And I'm like, bruh, that man will literally cheat on you and go, "So you gonna put me out the house, right?" And she was like, "No, just go upstairs and then be quiet. Let me think about stuff." And he'd be right back in that doggone house. I
Laughter
mean,
don't
like,
cheat.
bruh, I mean, like, what is happening? Like the biggest punishment he be getting is she may take the remote from the TV for him for like a day. After that, that man is gold. Like, bruh, he can do whatever he want. I see why he be cheating, because he don't know precautions. She don't do nothing to him. Like,
Which
how
is
you
why
gonna get?
I keep saying have
Yeah,
fucking consequences.
that's what I'm
I keep
saying. You
saying.
need, yes, like people need consequences. How is it that not only did y'all put Jordan out the house, Kylie, how you gonna sit up there and sell the lipstick that you made after her for half off? Because you mad. Not only did y'all do that, y'all took it to Twitter, which is what y'all Kardashians do. You took it to Twitter. Now, like, now that y'all took it to Twitter, y'all get mad that everybody's saying, "Okay, Chloe, we get what you're saying, but why you not mad at Tristan?" How you gonna get mad at people for saying what needed to be said? You going off on Jordan. Y'all talking about Jordan
You respond to that?
like yeah, bro. The All right. So what happened was she Chloe had posted on Twitter. She was like, "Oh, so how you gonna sit up here and pretend like you didn't go behind my back? How you gonna sit up there and go to the public and try to reconcile and get things out by going public? You couldn't call me and talk to me like a real woman." And somebody commented and was like, "Okay, you talking about her, but what about Tristan?" And she did not respond. How can you respond?
Actually, she did respond. She did have a response.
You respond with the
Oh,
dumbest.
she
Yeah,
did. What she
yeah, she
say?
responded. She said the only difference is that Tristan is dealing with it privately, and I'm like, bitch.
The other one,
Wait,
Ooh.
wait.
the
She
other one
said
I
that,
saw,
bruh.
the other
I
one
did
I
not see that response.
saw
Yeah,
was
but NBA did. That's what happened. That's the NBA did.
Wow, wow.
Hashtag gang goofy.
Yeah.
no. What
I
I
got,
tweet I saw, she said, "No, I'm gonna deal with Tristan, but I can never do that to him because that's my baby daddy. Basically, that's my child. That's my daughter's father."
But I
but
love
see,
him.
bruh, I'm really starting to think the way to keep these girls' loyalty out here is just give them a baby. They let you do whatever they want to them if they got your child.
In this
Apparently,
generation, yes.
Yeah, bro. Like they be letting fools get away with murder. Like people be out here sleeping with people's whole sisters, and they be like, "Oh, we can't break up because you the father of my child." And he be sitting there like, "Oh, cool. You still gonna pay my phone bill? Yeah." That like, what's the consequence? What
Ain't
are the
no
consequences?
consequence.
Why are y'all letting these men get away with this? And I'm not even a female, and I'm upset. Like, what's going on? Y'all really out here letting these men do y'all like that?
Bruh, like I don't know. But they the same bitches to be like, bruh, men are fucking trash. Your niggas are fucking ain't shit. They be saying all that shit
Yeah, but you
and
still
letting that shit
with him.
happen.
You still with him. You still paid the nigga phone bill. Matter of fact, you bought him Call of Duty last week. You did it.
No,
How
no,
you gonna get mad?
there was a tweet. This bitch said, "My nigga ain't shit, but that's the only nigga I tolerate." And I'm like, huh?
Hey,
Huh?
these bitches crazy. These bitches crazy.
Like, bruh, I miss 2011, 2010 Twitter, because if it was that time, she would have got dragged. I
Bro,
mean, she got dragged. Don't get me wrong, she got dragged, but like
but it wasn't like how it was supposed to be.
yeah, we would have
It wasn't the
dragged
extent that it
her.
could be. Because Chloe is an idiot. She's an idiot. You gonna sit there and let that man do you like that? And he be throwing parties and stuff and kissing women on the lips goodbye. Like like clearly he telling them hello when you ain't there.
If your man is saying hello by kissing girls on the cheek, bruh,
Bruh, if you're no, the kiss on the cheek, that's whatever. But if your man saying hello by kissing girls on the lips, like Jordan literally said, I didn't even start it. I was drunk though. And he tall and basketball player. I mean, like at this point you can't even get mad at Jordan. I mean, he just a stereotype at this point. You need to get mad at him because she said she admitted she was drinking, but she was trying to get up out of there. He pulled her in and said, "Yo, where you going?" And then kissed her. I mean, she was off the alky. What you think she not going? What you think she gonna do? Turn down some drunk dick? Who turns down drunk dick? Nobody. You'd be a fool to turn it down. 'Cause that's when people don't care. Might have a baby. That's when it'd be good.
But I don't get the Kardashian family. They're known as stealing other people's men.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. The Kardashians are known for taking other people's men, and the girl that y'all took in and adopted and trained, she do the same thing. Now y'all mad.
You're supposed to be
Oh,
outside the family.
yeah. And Kylie's so mad, she gonna blame my man Travis for cheating. Travis is too busy to be cheating. He has a whole tour, thank you very much. Don't ever come from my man like that. That's my friend. Travis Scott is my friend. And you don't talk to him like that. You need to watch your mouth. Don't ever come up here accusing Travis of cheating. How Travis gonna be out here cheating and he out there making that tour for you? He out there trying to make this money. And you want what you mean what money? Travis rich.
I know, but why do they need more money?
Because Travis is a musician, he is a genius, and he's bringing that money back to his daughter so she could be extra straight because she already straight. But damn, I need some of that money. But
not only that, but Travis Scott is like in love with Kylie Jenner. Like,
bro,
if you just look at the shit he
yes,
says about her and like the way he be posting her and like, bruh, he in love. I think that
bro.
nigga in love.
But that's what I'm saying. Travis ain't going nowhere. Like, and the best thing I love about Travis, yeah, he's dating a Jenner, Kardashian and all them, but he's not in the sunken place like Kanye. He's still his own person. He's not about to sit there and let them change him.
Probably
That's
still
why
got
he
his
come
mama
and
in
goes
his
with
life.
me. But you know what I mean, though. Like
They're a good couple.
they're a good couple. Like I seen them do an interview.
Oh, well, everyone talks about that interview.
It was dumb, but it was so dumb it was kind of cute. Like he didn't know her parents' birth names, but he knew exactly what she wanted for her ice cream. Because that shows you that Travis is just there for her. He don't care about all the other stuff that comes with, what I'm saying, with the Kardashian and Jenner name. He really just like her. And I didn't know he was like 5 or 6 years older than her. She's 21. He's like 27. I ain't know that. I said, Travis, do what you do, bro, because she's the grownest little teenager I've ever seen. Kylie Jenner was grown at 12.
And they forced her.
Yeah, they forced her. But you know what I'm saying? Like, man, don't ever accuse my man Travis of doing that. I'd kill you. Never talk to Travis like that. He and the thing was, he made a surprise visit to see them off his tour. He was supposed to perform in New York last night, but canceled because he said, "I gotta go deal with my family. I gotta go take care of them." That man, that's some real niggas. Who does that? Who cancels the whole show? If it was me, boy, I'd have been on stage. I wouldn't have canceled nothing because I ain't gonna stop the money for nobody. Because I didn't do nothing. He canceled the show to prove to her that he ain't doing it. He went straight home. Straight home. I'd have been like, see y'all tomorrow. But he went straight home and she talking about something. I'm still upset. Kylie, shut up. Shut up. Don't say nothing else. Because you was a part of that gang goofy stuff that made Jordan fix her gap. Because Jordan was real proud about that gap until y'all attacked her. Now she got the stuff fixed. And she getting attacked again. Because y'all got these ancient men in y'all house and she's single. What's she supposed to do? They cheat on y'all all the time. She probably thought she was going to get something real quick. And he's going to be like, oh, girl, go ahead. It's just you. That shit backfired. I feel bad for Jordan. I really do. I feel bad. That girl don't deserve that like that. What about get Tristan stupid ass? Get his ass. He probably in the house right now watching TV.
It's funny that you say that because right now, free Tristan Thompson is trending on Twitter.
What you mean free him? The man already in paradise. What you mean free him?
Tristan, like, so, I think are we done now? And then Cody's like, that's not your fault. That's her fault. She shouldn't have came at you like that.
Bruh, I seen a meme. I seen a meme, bro. I swear. I have to find it. But it said Tristan, he said, hey, I cheated on you. Are we done? She said, and I think the response was like, what you mean we done? She started it, and then it was a meme of him sitting in the chair like, what? That man is scot-free, bruh. Scot-free. That man is scot-free, bruh.
Oh man, I got some tweets here. Just came across. I'm sorry, where's my mannerisms? You also smashed your ex-friend at Trina, other man James Harden as well. Kobe Kardashian. These are whole facts.
Yo. Someone put up a picture of Will Smith and it said, fuck them Kardashians. That's funny as shit.
You know too well about drinking and not being yourself while under the influence. Wait, is she naked in front of who's that? It looked like Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh no.
Well, this is why I always say. This is why I always say you can't blame straight black men for everything. Not everything's our fault.
No.
They'll still find a way.
I'm not liking that though. It's been like we've been like the scapegoat for like a lot of things, especially the R. Kelly shit. I'm not gonna lie, Mark. When I heard that she bailed him out and it was a black woman, I laughed a little bit because, like, if y'all seen the documentary, it was like the whole thing was like, especially like the last couple episodes, it's like no one loves black women. It seems like no one loves black women, and and I thought it was bullshit, but we showed it in a couple episodes. There's not just black men. No, actually, like a lot of black men thought he did it because we saw the video and it was like, yeah, that's that nigga R. Kelly. It was a lot of women. It was like he ain't do it, he innocent, and all the other stuff. And it was a lot of women that was like, even though they seen it, they still was like, I believe him. You talked about it, you said no, and then he was like, I believe it. So I feel like as straight black men, we are owed an apology about this one too, because a black woman put him out on bail. Not only put him out on bail, defended him.
Yeah, and you know what? There's more like her. There's a whole bunch of them like that. They're talking about he have a sex cult. R. Kelly got a cult, period. Because them bitches will go to heaven.
That cult, and it's freaking ridiculous. Them people got them as input it them stands.
Oh God.
I'm sure everybody got a stand. Ooh, here's another good tweet. At Khloe Kardashian, you smashed the same man your sister smashed, and you the nerve to come for Jordan Woods. Not today. Ooh, the game. The game.
That's funny.
Khloe Kardashian, didn't you smash Trey Songz behind Lauren London's back? Wasn't she your friend? Let's talk about it. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
I'm telling you, they're going in.
I didn't even know Trey Songz and Lauren London was a couple. So, and I think people was just tired of the Kardashian shit. So,
Yo, my favorite thing I saw I think it was about a year or two ago. I think it was Khloe. They were talking about she changed their dog name or got a new dog, and the TV announcer was like, "I'm not doing this interview. I'm done with this family. I'm done. Who gives a fuck that she named the dog? Who gives a fuck that she got a new dog? I don't. Why she was right there live on camera? I don't give a.
Bruh, anything the Kardashian do is a fucking major headline. Like Kim could take a shit in a random street. That's gonna be like a major headline for like a week.
Oh, of course it's gonna be a major headline. First of all, who shits on the streets? When you got like 5 houses. Second of all, you're Kim Kardashian. Like you'll always be like she's immortalized. She will always be popping. And all she did is have a sex tape and own businesses.
Yeah, but that's why Kim K is trying to change her image. Because she don't want to be known as. You can tell she don't want to be known as that hoe no more. She been trying to like get people out of jail and party and shit.
I mean, she can change her image, but she's still gonna be remembered as that hoe. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because Black Twitter is fucking petty. Black people are petty. We remember every fucking thing you did.
Yep.
We remember everything. It's like Black people on the internet just got a selective ass memory. Like we could bring anything up. We got all the receipts for everything, just for no reason. They're talking about fucking her, how she was fucking Trey Songz and shit. Who remembers that?
Like I said, I didn't even know them two was dating.
Hey, Mark.
He left.
He left?
Yeah.
I'm not looking at this thing.
I was about to say, is there anything else y'all want to talk about?
Well, I was about to mention Kingdom Hearts to Mark, but he ain't here.
Oh, I got something. So you know the game Apex Legends, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, cool game. You know what I'm saying? There's a character named Lifeline, and supposedly she's Jamaican, right? So I come to find out she's voiced by someone who's not even Jamaican. As a matter of fact, she's racially ambiguous. And when Ray looked up what kind of like races she was mixed with, like he couldn't even really find a definite answer. Like there wasn't really no like, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, there's not that much information out on her.
Yeah, so it's like, so keeping all of that in mind, there's this Twitter page called Black Girl Gamers, and I follow that page because I always got to stand for my sisters and shit. But so they made the tweet that said, so if Lifeline's supposed to be Jamaican, why isn't she voiced by a Jamaican voice actor? The actual voice actor came into the tweet talking about, I understand what y'all talking about, but we women of color need to stick together, like, and I'm like, oh no, you did not just pull that women of color shit. This woman took a role that was supposed to be for a Jamaican, supposedly a Black woman for a Black role, you know what I'm saying, because she's Jamaican, butchers the accent, because everyone in the fucking thread was bashing the fucking accent for not being genuine. It sounded fake as hell if you listen to it in the game. And then she gonna pull that, and then the black girl gamers is like, oh, yes, we would love to have that conversation. We always uplift our women of color. And I was like, oh
That's why
no,
he did her person of color.
oh no, yeah, they lost. They lost. That's why I keep saying that. That's probably why y'all don't have a fucking That's why y'all don't have a black woman in Overwatch like y'all be crying about because of that kind of attitude. You don't sit there and say us women of color need to stick together, but yet you get mad when they say Symmetra's a black woman. Well, Symmetra might as well be a black woman if you go okay for all these women of color. You better keep that same energy.
What is Symmetra's?
Indian.
Symmetra is just straight up East Indian.
Straight up East Indian.
Like Hindu Indian.
My thing is about the Overwatch thing. Like, are you just mad they ain't put no black women in there, or like more black characters? Because, like, first of all,
they want
diverse as fuck.
Yeah, it is diverse as fuck, but they say there's no like straight black woman, like just a black woman in general.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, Marcus back. So it's like when they was complaining about them, not including a black woman in Overwatch, or when they would celebrate that a black woman was in a video game role or some shit, I'd always hear this whole woman of color, oh, we're doing this for the minority of women, and I'm like, yeah, this is why we lose.
But there's black people in Overwatch though, like Ana and Farah, aren't they like Egyptian or something?
Yeah, they're Egyptian, but they're not like black.
Oh, they're not
like,
black American. I mean. Yeah, I get you. They're not like black. They're just
they're not. As a matter of fact, they actually look ambiguous because if you look at Ana and Farah, when you really look at them, you'll think like Middle Eastern. They're like Middle Eastern Egyptian. They're not like black Egyptian.
You know what? That's very true, especially when you see old Ana, like how she looks old. She don't look like an old like black Egyptian.
Hey,
right.
Mark, you want to hear what IGN gave Kingdom Hearts 3?
It wasn't like a 9.
9.5.
Yeah, but remember when IGN reviewed the game, that's when it first came out, so everybody was hyped. I don't believe anyone's review score until 4 weeks after the game, because people need to enjoy it, they need to finish it and play it, not just be like, oh, I got it, it's a 9. Nah, nigga, you ain't played the game. There's no way.
They get the game like a week in advance or whatever.
Yeah, but IGN some shit. Who believes what they say? Them niggas don't know anything about reviewing games. They just give it a score.
Kingdom Hearts has no black women in it.
Bruh, IGN the same niggas that did a rewind about Kingdom Hearts 3 and called that nigga Master Airqueeze. I don't believe nothing you got to say. I don't believe it. No numbers. And that shawty said, then you have Lord Xehanort. I said, who the hell is that?
No, IGN gave it a 8.8.
Oh, 8.8?
Game Informer gave it a 9.5.
Game Informer? Them niggas still around?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm not even gonna lie, they low key as hell.
Online, I don't think they sell magazines no more because I don't see them at GameStop.
No, you get them delivered to you. They usually have them back there. If you sign up for the Pirate card, you get that. You can either get it digitally or sent to you.
Yeah, you can still get them sent to you, which I do like, but.
Oh,
but
here's another interesting thing, right? Just to go along with the whole black girl gamer shit, right? There was an article talking about, and Washington Post made this article about, racism, sexism in the gaming community. Is it a problem that can be fixed? And I'm like, you bitch ass motherfuckers are really gonna sit there and ask that dumbass question? Like, for real? Like, this shit has been going on since like 2008, 2009. None of you niggas said a goddamn thing when it was going on at its peak. And now y'all niggas want to start talking about we need to fix the toxicity in the gaming community. Nah, nigga, you don't need to fix shit because y'all don't check these motherfuckers. Y'all stay saying, oh, they just trolling. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. Oh, all right.
There's a thin line between
Then
joking.
and
Yeah,
then
but
you know what I'm
they
saying?
always just trolling. It's always just a joke, but then somebody still get offended regardless.
And Steve, no, the thing that kills me the most is how you will have motherfuckers sit there and they'll fucking like complain and say this is so toxic and we need to come together and stop all this sexism and racism that's going on in the gaming community. But when it actually happens, they ain't got shit to say. All them niggas is silent.
Bro, because like when did niggas forget that racism and sexism and all the other stuff in the gaming industry ain't going nowhere?
It's not. It's not actually. Someone pointed that shit out in the fucking thread. He was like, "Yo, without those things, we wouldn't really even have a gaming community. If you think about it, because everybody does it,
Yeah.
or like most
It's
of the people
like
does it.
that's like playing a game and you can't make a comment about someone's race because they beat you. It's like it it's like, man, he dogged me out in this game. Asian Pikachu rice baby. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But
like that stuff has been a part of the community for years. You can't just take that away. I'm sorry. I need I need my racism
Call
in
of
the gaming
Duty,
community.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 lobby. That's for all of it.
Bro, especially on Xbox, they found out you was a girl. They be
you
like,
was
what?
over. It
Make
was
me
over.
a sandwich. Why are you on the game? Make me a sandwich. Now I'm not gonna lie, that's wrong. But if you a real female and you know that like that doesn't mean anything, it's just some low ass boys, you can laugh at that. Like I mean, really, who's gonna take that seriously? Because if you going out your way to make a sandwich, girl, it's probably your sandwich.
So, but here's my thing, and here's my thing that I want to say, right? Because me as an African, as soon as my accent comes out, like if I get mad and my accent comes out, nigga, like that's it. If they hear me in that voice chat, that's it. My
Mm,
ass is getting. They gonna copy my accent. They gonna ask where I'm from. They gonna do all that dumb shit. I actually did that the other day on Apex. I purposely used my African accent on purpose just to see who would react. And as I said, there was some little ass boy. First of all, he humbled himself real quick. He started copying my accent. Little ass white boy started copying my accent. He's like, "Yes, brother, follow me, brother." And I'm like, "Is this nigga really serious?" Like, bruh.
he don't
But
even know what he's
I went,
saying.
I went along with it, and I just kept going and going. And I'm like, wow, like, bruh, it's really real out here. And of course, I know it, but just the simple fact that it's so like normalized in this shit. You know what I'm saying? And then there's people that
Mhm.
starting to pick up on it, and I'm like, nah, shut the fuck up. All of y'all need to shut the fuck up about it because y'all was not saying shit when it was at its peak. Now that
Yeah.
the shit's still continuing, and now that we got more mainstream people, and now that you know what I'm saying, there are YouTube videos of little white boys copying African accents and Mexican accents and shit, getting millions of views on YouTube by gamers that co-sign the shit, and then y'all gonna sit there on the same breath and say we need to stop this, we need to stop this. If you want to stop it, stop it. It's not going to work though because it's way too late. It's normalized now. You're not going to stop the racism and sexism in the gaming community. You're just not
No,
going
you're
to do
not.
it.
It was built off though.
You know what I'm saying? And hell, I'm gonna take it a step further. And this pissed a lot of people off, and I don't give a fuck because it's the motherfucking truth. The gaming community is rooted in white supremacy. Debate me.
Give you evidence on that, Bobby.
And then someone was trying to tell me, oh, but what about Japanese developers? I'm like, that's not the point. That's not the point at all. Because the market is America. North America is the fucking market. North America, Europe, and Asia, those are the three main markets for video games. Right? The people who consume the most video games are in America. Right? Japan got a huge of course Japan has a huge ass, you know, gaming culture. They're on the games. You got your Nintendo, you got your Sony, you got your Namco, you got your Capcom. Like, of course it's huge over there. But in
Yeah.
America,
And
we got more people.
PC's over there too. PC's doing good in Japan.
Yeah.
PC.
And like we got more people. We're a capitalistic society. Nigga, like we'll spend some bread on some motherfucking video game. Like look at how much emphasis we put on our streams and shit like that. Of course they did it. Of course they did it in Japan and Korea and shit. Like that shit's huge over there. It was a multi-billion-dollar company over there. But here, nigga, like we're the standard. And Korean and Japanese people fly over here to compete. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what I'm saying when I say the gaming community is, rooted in white supremacy. Because look at most of your protagonists in video games, most of them are white. You know what I'm saying? Now they're trying to put in some LGBT characters in there. What Apex got like two of them motherfuckers, two, three of them motherfuckers. Both of them gay as fuck. Um, you know what I'm saying? Things are changing, and I feel like it's not even changing just for change. It's changing just to pander. You feel what I'm saying? So even if they did put a fucking black woman in Overwatch, like, yeah, you gonna celebrate, but the fact that you had to complain so long for it to happen, what are you really celebrating? Are you celebrating that the fact that they gave you just, oh, okay, here you go, or did they genuinely want to make a black woman character without you complaining? Which one is it? And don't give me that fucking women of color, people of color shit, because I will smack the holy shit out you. That's all I'm saying. Oh.
Man, you know that stuff ain't gonna change like that though, because you got people who swept down that they've been in the gaming community their whole life, but they only here because of like mainstream games, and they don't know what the fuck they be talking about.
I'm saying you only like video games because you play fucking Fortnite and you play Minecraft and all that other shit, which is
Bro,
cool, which is
how many females we got out here, bro, that don't actually play games but always be like with their headsets on and the tight tank tops and be adding to the drama and taking up all the money but don't do nothing. Y'all don't even play
All of
games.
that shit.
So what's y'all point?
Twitch is
Why
not
should
like that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Twitch is the haven for thoughts.
Twitch made it easier for these stars to make money.
Bruh, Mia Khalifa was one of the highest popular porn stars in a long time that we had. She left that and literally claims she makes more money on Twitch than she did doing porn. Now, if you make more money by revealing less clothing and just playing a game for these niggas, bro, you got it made. Cause like she ain't gotta suck dick. She don't want to suck no more. She ain't gotta do all this stuff she want to do no more. Bro, she could just sit up there and just play the game, wear a tight tank top, and be trash at it, laugh for a couple hours, and get some money. That's crazy. A couple,
That's
a
why.
couple.
That's why I also have a little bit of respect for females in the gaming industry because y'all niggas can make money like that. Like, bro, it's not hard for any of y'all to make money like that.
Oh,
All you gotta do is get your little social media popping, or do a little something, do a little degenerate shit, maybe a little premium Snapchat on the side. You ain't even gotta be pretty. That's what bothers
Don't
me. You don't
father,
even have to be cute.
father, don't have spite against
What are you
them.
doing? What are you doing?
Have spite, have spite against the niggas feeding into that shit. Because without them, there will be no market.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm
But
saying. You ain't gotta do nothing.
Don't have the spite against the women. It ain't their fault that these niggas thirsty.
But it's sweet out here,
no,
bro.
no, it's not. Yeah, you're right. It's not their fault. But I also said this: like a good 85 to 90% of Twitch or the gaming community in general is full of undesirables. It's full of people that are fucking socially awkward as fuck that society looks down upon because them niggas just don't like. They can't talk. They don't have a voice. And these motherfuckers be getting bullied in middle school and high school and shit. So they, have these online personas that are like just over the top, and they into some weird ass furry shit. Usually, they love video games and anime, so they try to
And
bring
they
that. They try to
also
bring that world into the real world and make all these little what's it called LARP sessions and fucking
hmm
like getting into these little circles where they role play and shit. Like these
Hey, you
motherfuckers are
leave
into
Mark
some
out
weird
of this.
shit.
but my thing is like the whole LARPing and roleplay stuff, like that's actually not even that bad because you can do that at like your own moderate pace. Just don't go too crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen some crazy Harry Potter LARPing and all that other stuff. Like that stuff too crazy for me. But like my whole thing is, man, we already look bad for liking this sort of media, like animated video games, pop culture, all this stuff. We already look bad liking it. Why don't y'all take care of yourselves? Like, why
I'm
y'all always
saying.
like y'all ain't got no hygiene care. Like it's a damn shame. Like when I took Jesse to, you know what I'm saying, when we went to Katsucon, bro, and I let Jesse come through, she was like, wow, I like the environment, I like what the people doing here, but why they stink? I don't want to stay in here. They stink. Like I'm like, bro, like that's a damn shame. Like then we done lost another one.
Yeah.
Because y'all sitting up here making the environment toxic by the stuff y'all say, and y'all not taking care of yourself. Now y'all making everybody look undesirable just by being around y'all.
I think I went into a car shop while I was in the Marine Corps with a Marine friend, and one of them niggas that nigga just smelled like sour dog balls.
Damn,
Like, oh my god.
that's what I'm talking about. Like, man, why, why, why you gotta allow yourself to look like that, bro?
Some people just never. I don't think somebody taught them a sense of pride of taking, you know, a sense of pride in yourself of watching what you wear and how you groom yourself. Like,
But that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like,
because most
it's
of them
all
want to
about.
look like fucking anime characters. So why would you want to smell good? I'm fucking Goku, bitch.
That's what I'm
Uh,
saying, but they not taking care of themselves out here. They out here stinking. They out here making us look bad, bro. And man,
which is why I respect a lot of like the blurs and shit. Because most of them, they got some sort of home training. And I'm not talking about like the cool. I'm talking about like the regular blurs that we be seeing, that are
oh
cool.
yeah, yeah.
But I mean, of course, you're gonna have those cool ass Negroes that's gonna try and follow their little white friends or whatever, and then they're gonna try to
Hmm.
get into their little habits and shit. I'm like, I saw a few of them at Casa Card, and I'm like, oh no, my brother, get out!
Walking around the whole team undesirable out here.
Oh my god! I mean, maybe a squad full of undesirables, and I'm like, I could understand if there's one guy undesirable in the group, one or two, but all of y'all, absolutely not, absolutely not.
But the one thing I will say about blurs who are undesirables, man, their confidence level is through the roof. It's through the
Oh,
roof, bro. Like they believe they can bag any shorty they want.
oh
Like
my
they don't even care. I'm like, yo, I mean, do you? As long as your confidence there, but
I'm gonna be having badass short. I'm like, how?
yeah, bro. Like, and I'd be like, yo, and sometimes the shorties they be having, they be them cosplay shorties with like 100K followers, and everybody sitting there drowning themselves in bleach, with wishing they could have her. And this undesirable got his hands all over her. I don't even know how he even did that.
She
What
got a
sorcery is
Percy look
this?
good. She hit.
That's what I'm saying.
She got that grown body. She got that grown woman weight on her, and glowed up. And he was with her before that.
yeah, Angel
Hmm.
investment.
Yeah. You know what? You probably right. That nigga invested in Apple before they got too popular. That's what happened.
Exactly.
That's
I
what
think
Exactly.
happened.
there's somebody y'all won't agree with it, but if we dressed her up, she probably could look bad. But that's not
Don't
gonna
say
happen.
Vicky. Don't say Vicky.
Vicky
You
got.
know so different.
I was gonna say Vicky.
No, that's not true.
If you
Because nah,
if we get her a good little makeup, she's not gonna be super bad. She ain't gonna be a 9 or 10, but she gonna go from that soft 5 to like a hard 7.5.
oof, that's too high. That's crazy, bro. That's
Yeah,
crazy. I ain't think you math like that, bro. You
Whoa,
don't put
whoa,
some
now.
exponents
That's
on
for
that, bro.
shit.
telling you, Mark. See, what it is it's the way she portrays herself. Like a lot of people, if a lot of people decide to get up, comb their hair, brush their teeth, get a haircut, shave their beard, put on clothes that actually fit them, not too big, not too small, but fit. Put some effort in their style and cleaning themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Nikki wears leggings every day. If she's not wearing leggings, she wears skirts.
I feel
Nah, I
I feel
just I just don't approve of that of those calculations right there. Your
I mean,
2019 tax is already looking wrong. I ain't gonna give you a refund on that statement. I can't
yeah.
do it. I disagree.
Yeah, I also kind of disagree, and not only, and the main reason why I disagree is because there's way too many styles to just stick to that one. You know what I'm saying? There's just way
Yeah,
too many.
and then it's like don't get me wrong. You using her as an example. I've seen worse. Trust me. I've
Yo,
seen I've seen people who might as well just be baboons at this point because you pushing it. I know what you mean, but at the same time, even if you dress her up, do all this other stuff on her, I mean, it's gonna take like a professional. Like she one of them Jones that like need to go on like a show and get people to just sprout her up. Like not like
extreme
homies coming
makeover.
in. Yeah, she need that, bro. Like she won't just change if you get like people to help her shop a little bit here and there and put on some makeup or something and clean up. Nah, she needs like somebody to come in and beat her up and change her top to bottom.
Yo, you gonna have to pay
You know
bread for that one.
what, like Jesse Smollett?
Dang.
That's fucked up. Should be laughing.
Bruh, bruh, you might gotta give her to Jessie, bruh, because like she needs to be beat up, torn down, and then built over. And
Yeah.
then because they have to train her how to speak again, because you know, even if she get dolled up, the minute she speak, it go right back to where it was.
Oh, I mean,
Um,
I don't think that makeup was gonna last, but the day it happened anyway.
no, I mean, you can put the makeup on her, but you got to teach her how to apply it if she wants to keep it up.
I don't
That's
even,
what I said. She needs
I don't even think
professionals,
she
bro.
need the makeup in the front. She just need to clear up her little bit of acne.
Also, you gotta like change your whole attitude with it because it's not just one way to look pretty. You gotta like feel pretty, and then like have
Uh-huh.
that type of confidence. And I don't know if she can pull that off. Like
I
she
feel like
still
she
looks
can.
like
I feel like
awkward.
she can pull it off. She just needs the right people to tell her.
That's what I'm saying. She need training, bro, top to bottom. It it can't just be somebody putting shit on her, but she needs somebody to professionally train her to keep it that way. You feel me? It's a difference.
But I won't lie though. It be kind of difficult because them motherfuckers is just like it's like a haze. It's like fog. You know what I'm saying? They'll see you if you're really close, but like if you go off that fog, they're not gonna see you again, and all they see is the fog again.
Damn.
I'm like, damn, bro. But no, you're right. Yeah, Mark. We need to have like a undesirable intervention out here in these cons and shit. Because
Bro,
it's gonna be
reconstruction.
ridiculous.
That's
Fail
the name
complete.
of it. It needs to be reconstruction because it's gonna be reconstruction. You get it?
Yeah.
Reconstruction.
So we'll go out there and be like, hey, bro, you not smelling too well, my dude. You can go back and take a shower. Here's some lotion. Here's some body butter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exfoliate. Get a pedicure and a manicure because you looking dusty.
You know, one of my professors, right? One of the professors said Hernandez. Hernandez was like back when he was in school and stuff. The nerves used to be so bad that I think he one time went. He was on like this catering thing, and the men, it was like they were men and women with like little food on their trays. The dudes were coming back and forth, but the women were out there forever. They were out there forever because the guys were so scared to talk to the women. That's how bad it was compared to now.
Oh,
They were scared to walk up to women and get a little sample of food, like a little appetizer off their thing. That's how scared of women they were.
that's not a good look.
No, but he said because him and I forget who was it. They're like the people in the school now, like when we the little bit left in our institute, a lot more
Yeah.
social than people they ever had. They seen as nerds and stuff.
I can
I'm
see
like,
that happening.
how you? I, I'm just like, how are you that nerdy? Like, I'm like, who do we blame here? Do we
Oh, they on computers all day. They don't know what real life is.
No, this was before the big thing of computer. This was Hernandez. Nowadays, I don't know. They
Oh, you
incels.
talking about when Hernandez was a little kid?
No, when he was in school. I don't know when he was in
Oh,
school,
that's
but
Dungeons and Dragons. That's even worse. Them niggas be playing RPGs and shit.
mm,
They be playing RPGs and reading comics and watching the shows. Like,
Lightning bolt, fire, fire. Yes, yeah.
but I don't know. Like people just gotta learn. I don't know. Also, you gotta get comfortable with getting rejected. So once you get comfortable with that,
which is why it's important to have a hoe phase.
I'm telling you, you need to go on another one. Just go out there, sling that African dick all over the place. Just yeah.
Pause.
Man, I hear you, but it's gonna take some time. I need to rebuild. I need to what's it called? I need to optimize. That's what it is. I need a Windows update.
Oh, you know what? I've been wanting to say this, and I see what it is. I asked a question the other day. I don't know if I'm gonna find it. I asked a lot of people what's their problem with the phrase toxic masculinity.
Oh shit.
Got about a few different ones. I had a friend, she commented on it. And as me and her talked about it, sometimes I do think people think it's an attack on men, but sometimes people forget women, and I've seen it. Women can be a contributor to toxic masculinity because of what
Oh yeah.
the idea of what people think is a man. Like I remember in high school, there's one girl tell me she when her son do bad or something because he's stocky. He was a stocky kid, but she would punch him in the chest, but he was only 3, and tell him not to cry when she hit him. And I'm like, the fuck? You punching a 3-year-old in the chest? I don't care if he was built like a 10-year-old. What? And then, like my aunt, she was saying when she signed my
That's
little
the
cousin.
spirit of abuse.
Yeah. But it's the idea of what a man is. And my aunt who went out there to a football game when she signed up my little cousin and saying that she seen some of the women being worse than the fathers when the boys get hit on football. He better not fucking cry. Don't be a little bitch. And like was doing and I do see how toxic masculinity is sometimes overused, but you just can't be like just letting the word offend you all the time when you hear it. In my opinion, you just
Well, I think the more accurate term is toxic humanity, if you ask me. Because it's like I said, these females ain't Mother Teresa either. It was just piggybacking off what you said. Because there's a lot of things that women do. There's a lot of things that women do that perpetuate the toxic masculinity that they be talking about. But when you point that out, they say you're deflecting. So it's like, okay, so which one is it?
met ones like that, and usually the ones I met are the ones also coming out these women portraying into toxic masculinity.
Yeah. And I'm like, I mean, we can have this conversation. The conversations have been had, you know what I'm saying? But if a nigga's gonna do something that's ain't shit, he gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like niggas have heard this shit before, like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. They know better, but they gonna do it anyways. And sometimes there's just no explanation for it. Sometimes it's just like that's just what they decided to do. You feel what I'm saying? They just decided to do it. And it's not up to us who are like righteous and have principles and have morals and values. It's not up to us to keep providing an answer for it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they say shit like, well, if it don't apply, let it fly. But if you're using that language, if you're using toxic masculinity, you're still lumping me in that category by generalizing and painting with a broad brush. Yes, I know that, I don't subscribe to that, so I could let that fly. But every time you use it, I'm still in that box simply because of the fact that I'm a male. And I think they don't understand that. It's the same way when they talk about how men are trash. Is men are trash in general? Oh, okay, fine. I know that, I don't do things that are trash on purpose, so I can let it fly. But the language that you're using, you're gonna get motherfuckers that say not all men just because of the language that you're using.
That's true, but I feel the same way. My thing has always been okay. I get it because as a collective, there's a lot of trash ass dudes out there, and I'm even seeing like sometimes the things dudes say, I'm like, who the hell comes up with this? But my thing is, you can feel that way, but talk to a person before you start putting them in that box.
Yeah, get to know a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Like even though some people get mad when I say I don't date white women, or black people should be careful. Not saying they shouldn't date white people, but be careful because I say be careful because I know for a fact all white people ain't malicious or racist. But out of my experience, I meet some white people who are not blatant racists but ignorant racists. They don't realize that they're feeding into white supremacy on purpose. It's just the way they've been trained and thought. But I give them, I give anybody benefit of doubt, even if you look like I shouldn't. Sometimes your looks do go with the intuition. Sometimes they don't.
I mean, yeah, you got a point there, and what I usually try to tell people, especially women, like what I usually try to tell them is that like you just gotta be at a space where you get to just vet the people that you're trying to get to know, or vet the people that come into your space, and have that meticulous vetting process.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you keep going with this men are trash narrative, what are you trying to solve? Like, what does that solve exactly? The more you say it, the more divisive it seems to make people, because what you say could be true, but if it doesn't have the effect that's desired, that you desire, then what are you doing? You feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So I feel like there needs to be a compromise with the words that you say and what you're actually trying to do. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can do the whole tough love. You can do the whole I'm gonna be blunt about it because I'm hurt shit. You can do that. That's fine. And you're gonna get people that's gonna listen to that and respond to that, but not everybody's gonna respond to that.
Yeah.
So
Somebody told me, I forget who it was, but she said she met because it was on Instagram. Just a friend of mine. She was on Instagram. She posted two dudes she saw at a coffee shop and got both their number. Well, she got one dude number. The other dude she didn't get his number because he was married. But the one dude, she was like, he was all sweet at first. But she's like, usually, the more you talk to people, you got to just bring up them hard questions that people don't like and see what they mind at. And he was on the misogynist kind. He was like, women shouldn't do this. It should be in the kitchen. She said, start saying stuff like that. And you sometimes you gotta ask some hard questions, even stuff you don't like talking about. That's how you figure out what people's mindsets really are. And one disagreement on one of the things you go for isn't saying that person isn't generally good in others. You just gotta look out what you consider to be red flags. If you meet a man or woman and they just start immediately bashing people with somebody, that's what you got to watch out for. Like,
I mean, yeah, at the very end of the day, like the actions speak louder than words. So if you're gonna have those dudes that will listen to that, or if you're gonna have those people that will make a change based on what is being said, that's gonna happen. If you're gonna have people that's not gonna listen and just gonna fight you over and over again, and you know what I'm saying, that's fine too, because at least you know who to avoid and what ideas to look for, when you're dealing with certain people. I always say the good and the bad is necessary because they show you the balance. So,
oh,
you
you
know,
can't have one without the other.
yeah, you can't have one without the other. You cannot realistically expect men to stop being trash. It's not gonna happen. Stop it.
Mm,
You cannot expect white people all of a sudden to just stop being racist. It's not gonna happen.
No, you
It's
can't
cool.
expect it all of a sudden, but you can expect it to go down. But the idea of racist. The idea is hard to kill once it's out there.
Yeah.
And I get people. I get people when they say don't talk about this, don't talk about that, but I think it's the certain labels we use. We need to start using, which is gonna be hard because we identify people where they from or who they are from certain labels and certain things. The racist thing. We gonna have racism on a different level. It would be a national. We can stop calling people by black, white, or whatever. But then we're gonna go down to the nationality, the whatever, instead of saying, black man, oh, it's just a brown skin man. I get that, but it's a long road ahead. And it probably never go away, but it can be minimized.
Also, if I want to add something, you know how women like I see these Facebook posts all the time. It's like, do y'all tell y'all man that's cheating on someone, don't do it? You got a wife at home. As someone that's been around friends that's been doing infidelity, yes, we do. We say it all the fucking time. We go, I don't know why I wouldn't do that if I was you. You know you got a wife at home and all that other shit. You know what them niggas say? I don't give a fuck. Not like you know where I am. So after that, it's just like you tell them you want them, and then you just let them. I think this is men. It's just like if we warn you and you say you don't give a fuck, we'll just let you fall.
Yeah,
And then like if you fall on your face and then get picked back up, then we'll tell you like I told you not to do that.
yeah, but sometimes I don't think a lot of people are doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a friend, and I used to be like, hey, just keep me in. He asked me to do stuff, but then get mad that I was doing the stuff he asked. Then after a while, it was just like, whatever, you want to do what you want to do, bro. Like, I'm not your father. You asked me to look out for you, but then get mad when I look out for you. Make your mind up.
I mean, yeah, it's like the worst thing you could ever do to someone is tell them about themselves.
Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of people who just look that way because it's not my business.
I mean,
Do
yeah,
you, do you
but
think we should have a village mentality?
You say what?
Do you think we should have a village mentality?
Do you think we still have it?
Do you think we should have one? Because we don't. Obviously, we don't.
On levels we do, and levels we don't.
um,
I can agree with that.
yeah, I think it depends. I think the village, because in order to have a village, there needs to be villagers. So
The problem is everybody's been taught to look out for themselves nowadays. Don't say this to me. Don't say that to me. Kids pick it up. Don't talk to like And don't get me wrong. There should be a certain way you talk to people. But
hey man, all I know is like if like if you're someone that I consider a friend, or if there's someone like if I fuck with you on that level, then I'm gonna correct you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how
yeah,
it is.
you gotta be friends on that level. I might correct you, because some people, but that's just the Marine in me.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but I feel like with that you kind of have to like pick and choose because some people just.
I mean, you do. You're right, but sometimes you also can't be afraid to piss people off. And
Yeah.
some people have that attitude. Some people don't like it. I think I got in an argument, this disagreement with Mark about it, like that one situation with Mooka on that. They're like, she should have minded the business. But you gotta realize some people are gonna stand up for what it is, like, and depending on the situation. And everybody got a different idea of what's going on for that or any situation. You can come in, be wrong, and be staking up for the wrong person. But you just got to do what you feel is right in your heart. I was on a train some years ago when I got back from the Marine Corps, and I'm on the train for a while, and these kids get on about 15 of them, boys and girls, mostly boys, and I can tell that they never had nobody step to them, no adult, because they were just doing shit, running around, backing up that thing, knocking stuff over. They came to me, I was like, get away from me. They didn't do shit. But they waited till the old white man. The old white man get on here and start fucking with him. I tell other people the story, and it was like, "Oh, I would have went to another car. I couldn't sit there and watch that." So you ran from it instead of helping them. One of my friends said I was crazy because I went and helped them. Because I went and told them to back off. And I wasn't. And it's just like sometimes you gotta just stand up and do for what's right. Like even if somebody you don't know how they react. I mean, you do gotta be careful how they react because some people won't want to. I think some people won't want to fight you. You do gotta be careful who's gonna react. I remember one man told some lady because she was cussing her kids out on a bus. He was like, "She don't talk to your kids like that." And she called some people when they came and shut up the bus. Like, okay, I think that's an extreme response, but that just showed me there was a bunch of people who couldn't fight anyway.
That's some ignorant shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this podcast. So, as always, we're gonna have our last words. We're gonna start with Father.
Whew, man. Uh, drink your water, and if it don't involve you, or you wasn't there, shut up, wait for the facts, and stay in your lane. I'm talking to you, Jesse Smollett, bitch ass.
Philip.
Okay, now on you're gonna revert to me by my artist name as the first black ginger. Or first for sure. But my last words, people stop jumping to conclusions. Men and women. Stop jumping to conclusions. And the piggyback off of father. You weren't there, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
You weren't there.
Okay. I never, and I want to be on record that me saying I never believed the Chicago police story. I still think Jesse's lying, and I just think he was being messy. So, as far as I'm following this this trial, it seems like the whole thing about the two Nigerian people was like an assumption. I don't know, but I still think he was just being messy. But that's just me. But like everybody says, stop jumping to conclusions. You wasn't there. And shut the fuck up if you wasn't there. And stay black and beautiful. And let's hope we can raise a better future for our youth. All right, this is you know what? Let me just say podcast, and we are out.
You're